Okay guys, what is going on? This is BroncoJuggalo and I have decided to do my review of High Tension right now. This is one of the films that Omniscient Esquire sent me. I hope I said that right. I always have a problem with that word, omniscient or omniscient. This is a French film that is awesome. I loved it. Good film. It's not a perfect film. I do have some cons, but it is a really fun, really good film. My heater will probably kick on again, so I'm going to try and make this quick, especially since I just recorded this review already and I had some issues and it didn't want to record, and I didn't realize it because I have no indicator to tell me it did. So this film came out in 2003 and was directed by Alexandre Aja. I think that's how you say it. It's AJA, and in the French I'm not exactly sure how it's pronounced. It stars as Alex Maywan, I want to say. I'm not sure if that's like Maywan. I'm not sure how you say it either. I apologize if I'm butchering these names. Our second main character is a girl named Marie, and she is played by Cécilia de France. And gotta say, guys, I really enjoyed the actresses in this film. They were a lot of fun. They were very good. I really like the guy that plays the killer. He does a good job as well. Overall, this is just a really fun, really good movie, and I really enjoyed it. Something very interesting about this movie is it was actually picked up for distribution in the US by Lionsgate. So this is a US Lionsgate releasing. What's interesting about that is that when they picked it up, it was receiving an NC-17 rating here in the States, which I don't understand because it's really not that bad. Now, it is a gory film, but no more gory than a lot of other films, even films that came out at that time or previous. There was a lot more gorier films out there, so I don't understand why this one got such a high rating by the MPAA. I just don't get it. But they did a bunch of cuts, and they did a bunch of editing, and they cut it down to an R rating to get it a theatrical release. Now, that actually cost them to do all that $14 million. So when they put it out in theaters, it only made $3.5 million. So therefore, it really wasn't a big hit here in the States in the theaters. But they did put it out as an unrated DVD, now Blu-ray, and it did pretty well in that market, so I think it made up for it. And they did do, as I said, the unrated cut on the DVD Blu-ray, which I'm very grateful they did, but I still don't understand why it got an NC-17 rating. After watching this film, as I said, it is gory, it is bloody, but not near as much as a lot of others, even for ones that came out at that time or before. So one of my first pros is that this movie is peaceful and brutal at the exact same time, right from the start of the film. It starts out with a girl running from the woods being chased by a killer, and she finds the car and she bangs on his window and she asks for help. And then we find out that that's a dream sequence by the character Marie. And that's where the beautiful part starts to come in, is Marie and her friend Alex, who are on their way home to visit Alex's parents out in the countryside of France. They live in a small town rural area. As I said, they're going home to visit her parents. And Alex is taking her friend Marie along with her. And we get to see some really nice touching moments between these two friends who are just driving along, having basic conversation that any two friends might be having. And they're doing things that any two friends might be doing on a road trip. They're singing along with the songs on the radio, they're having a good time, and they're just having fun. And it's really nice, and I really enjoyed that part. And it brought back a lot of memories of road trips I used to take with my friends. And I thought that was really cool. Then we go right back into the brutal right away. We have a scene where there is a old beat up truck sitting in the middle of the field, and there's a guy inside getting a blowjob, for lack of a better term. That's what's happening, sorry, but that's what's happening. And when he finishes, he throws something out the window. Well, you can tell right away what it is. It's a severed head. He was using a severed head to give himself a blowjob. And that's where the brutal comes right back in. And it's just kind of it's like, whoa, okay, right away you're like, all right, this movie is going to be hardcore. It's going to be a bit insane. The gore effects are a huge pro in this for me. There are some great gore effects for the kills that they show. There are a few cutaway kills, But the ones they get into are really good, great practical gore effects, and they look amazing. All of them do. There's an axe to the chest that looks amazing. There's a throat slice that looks amazing. There's a circular saw to the chest that looks amazing. There's a dresser kill, or not a dresser kill, it's a bookcase kill. A guy shoves a bookcase into the killer, literally decapitates somebody with the bookcase, and it's cool. It looks so good. And that leads me right into my next pro, and that is the brutal kills. As I said, not as brutal as some others I've seen, but still very brutal. I don't see why I got the NC-17 rating, but there are still some very brutal kills. And they're brutal kills that make you say, holy shit. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed that part of this film. I really enjoyed, as I previously stated, the acting. I think Mae Wan and Cecilia de France did a very great job playing Alex and Marie. I think they are awesome characters. There's an awesome chemistry between the two, and you can tell that there's just a friendship there. They're doing, whether they like each other or not as actors, I don't know, but their acting is so good. They act like they've been friends for years. Sorry, Captain and Coke break. It's actually cherry Coke. The next big pro is the soundtrack. We got a lot of French kind of poppy music, and believe it or not, I actually really like it. When it comes to pop music from foreign countries, for some reason I'm kind of into it. I don't know why, but I just enjoy it. American pop is absolutely weird and stupid, but and remember, that's just my opinion, folks. But unless it's like Michael Jackson or something, it's crap. But anyways, I really enjoyed the soundtrack. And there's some American music thrown in there. Nothing I've ever heard of, really. But there's some American music in there. But the soundtrack, the way they blend the two cultures and the music, it's really good. I really enjoy it. I also really enjoy a specific sequence in this film. There is a sequence where they are in a gas station and Marie is being stalked by the killer on the gas station. The gas station's just walking around at first, talking to the gas station attendant, bullshitting, asking for a bottle of whiskey, trying on sunglasses, that kind of thing. And when the clerk turns around, he kills him with a fire axe. Actually, it's not a fire axe, it's an axe that's on sale. Why they're selling axes and hedge clippers and all kinds of stuff in a gas station, I don't know, but hey, whatever. Different place, different culture, you know. The music that is playing during this entire sequence in the gas station is like this weird kind of French pop elevator music, and for some reason it just really amused me. All this horrific stuff's going on with this like kind of upbeat but yet mellow upbeat music going on, and it just made for a really cool contrast, and I really enjoyed that. This film was very well done, very well directed, very well produced, very well put together. You know, the production team on this did an awesome job. And it shows. It really does show. Now, with that being said, there are a couple cons, and I do mean a couple. I only have two. One is not so big, one is big. And there are going to be spoilers here, guys, for my main con. So far, I've given a little bit away, but they've been minor spoilers, but I'm definitely going to be giving away a big spoiler here, so. My first con is some of the believability in the film. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is, okay, there is a scene where the killer slices a woman's throat, and he's like pulling her head back to make her throat squirt. Definitely believable, definitely works. Well, then you hear him cutting on her off screen, and you can hear it. And you don't know what's going on, you just see blood squirting, but you know something's going on. Well, we come to find out just a few minutes later that she got her hand severed. Now here's where the unbelievability part comes in for me. He did it with a straight razor. I'm not saying it's totally impossible, but you gotta be pretty fucking strong to take somebody's hand off through the wrist bones and everything with a straight razor, if you ask me. Now, maybe if he went right through the particular areas where the cartilage and all is, but I don't know. I still think it would be a lot harder to do than it looked on there. I just don't know if that was really possible. A little bit unbelievable. There is a couple other little scenes where some of the stuff is like, okay, I don't know. That doesn't seem all that possible to me or too right, but whatever. It's a horror movie. You got to suspend your disbelief a little bit. I get it. Very interesting still, a lot of fun. Even with the cons, I really enjoyed this film. I want to thank you very much again for sending it to me. My last con is that, and this is where the big spoiler comes in, there is a twist ending to this, and I don't like it. It's believable, but also unbelievable and negates a lot of things. And that's my problem with it. Come to find out, there actually is no killer. The killer is Marie. It's all in her head. She's killed everybody. She's taken Alex hostage and threw her in the back of the truck. She is the one who kills everybody. And you find that out when the police look at a security video from the gas station. You see Marie run up and put the axe in the guy's chest, instead of this big burly killer who's in like his 50s. Okay, yes, that is all totally possible. It could definitely have very well been in her head that she imagined this entire scenario. And the reason why is because she is actually in love with Alex, or at least she thinks she is. And she wanted Alex. That's what she was trying to get at. And she wanted Alex to herself completely. So she took out her entire family. The way they do the intermingling of Marie with the burly killer is kind of cool. You know, they rotate it between the two as they're chasing Alex through the woods and things like that. But here's where it kind of gets a little unbelievable. It negates so many scenes that had happened in the film. Like the scene I talked about at the beginning with the guy sitting in the truck getting head from the severed head. That scene is completely negated by this. Scenes of Alex and Marie both in the back of the truck while the truck is in motion. Completely negated. There is a car chase scene where Marie gets a hold of the gas station attendant's car and she's trying to follow the truck as it's driving away to save Alex. And then the guy pulls off the road because he knows he's being followed, and then pops up behind her, and there's a chase scene where he runs her off the road and she gets all cut up. Completely negated. How did any of that happen? And it shows it all, and it's not part of a dream sequence. The car is there, it's on fire, she gets away from it. How did any of that happen if she was the killer? I didn't get that part. But other than that, it doesn't take away from the enjoyability of the film. Still a very good slasher. And that's one of the reasons I did this one first, is I love slashers. The other reason is I've passed this movie up so many times. I've seen it at Walmart, I've seen it at other stores, Best Buy, things like that, and I have passed it over. I wanted to see it, but I never thought to buy it just for whatever reason. But I'm glad that I got it sent to me. I'm glad that I got to watch this film. This has definitely got a high rewatch value for me. I will be watching it again. And I can't wait to watch the rest of the videos you sent me, sir. I definitely want to watch them, and I will be putting up reviews for them as soon as possible. So anyways, guys, I want to say once again, thank you, Omniscient Esquire. Thank you very much for sending me these. And this is BroncoJuggalo saying to all my subscribers and people out there, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please leave a like if you like the video. If you don't like the video, that's cool too. I really appreciate all of you. This is BroncoJuggalo saying peace. Hey, you double G.